So there's a full moon coming up, and it's a super moon, and I really would like to charge up some more moon water with that wonderful energy. But look at all the water I've got here. I really have quite a collection of various waters. This is my usual moon water, and got a full bottle there. This was from the solar eclipse. Not a very fancy bottle, but you do what you can. And this was my midsummer water that I have saved. And of course, they all have various energies. And here are some waters that I've even purchased. Florida water is wonderful for cleansing and purifying an area. But what are you going to do with all this water that you're accumulating? Today I'm going to show you a few things that you might want to try. So spray bottles are fairly easy to pick up. You can get a plastic one like that, probably at most stores, even Dollar Tree. And then there's the more apothecary type ones with the dark glass. And you can put your various waters in there and spread that energy around your environment. Okay, I like to fill one with Florida water, and you can buy this, or you can actually make your own. There are recipes for making your own Florida water. There are even waters from holy places that I'll pick them up once in a while. A lot of these places were very ancient sites, and the water is maybe used by people of various faiths in the present day, but in ancient times they may have been used by more pagan type groups. So, you know, it's worth a try using some of that water to see how it affects your environment. You know, spritz it around. Okay, you can use these waters to cleanse tools. You can put some in your bath water, depending on what type of energy you want to get. So the full moon water, you could maybe put in your tub to give you some peace and calm, things that are associated with the moon. And then with the solar midsummer water, if you need some warmth, energy, maybe if it's super cold out, you know, you might want to reintroduce some of that summer solstice energy and put a little bit in your bath water. Now, if the water is fairly fresh, then you could make tea. You could brew some tea with it. But if it's been sitting around a while, I think I would be a little more cautious doing something like that. Now, this was an idea that I stole from somebody else. Mickey Mueller has a wonderful video on making one of these little potpourri steamer type pots. And you take that chalkboard paint and you can paint over the surface here. It works really well. And chalkboard paint is very easy to find. And I chalked on or drew on some runes there that I decided I would like to send out into the cosmos, some of their energies. I have the Viking runes. This is Lagos for water flow. I want things to flow. Here's Dagas, which is, it reminds me of a butterfly. And it's like I want a breakthrough coming through, new things coming in. And here is another favorite rune of mine, Berkana, which is growth, but a new beginning too. So I think that's kind of appropriate for right now. And so those are some runes I put on my little pot. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some water, some of my full moon water in here, and then I will introduce some special oil that I have, and I'll plug it in, and that will go out into the atmosphere of my home, and I'll be able to think about these things and how I want to manifest those things in my life, and even put that out into the world, because we're needing a lot more of that kind of energy, more peaceful, cooperative energy. Okay, so let me get started and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so I put my full moon water in my little potpourri pot, and I had this full moon oil that I ordered from Alchemy Works, and I put some of that in the water, and then I had some moon incense that I had made a long time ago, and I thought that's a good way to use up some of those herbs. So some of the moon type of herbs that you might want to put in there, I would use probably dried herbs. They might be more effective. And so that's just one way that you can diffuse that energy and the wonderful scents into the air. If you want to, you can just use a cauldron on your stove, but these little pots that you can plug in are really nice because you can use it in different rooms of your house, of course. If you don't have a stove in that room, you want to be able to get the scent going. So they make some really cool diffuser type pots that you can put on your stove in various shapes, but any kind of a pot will work. So I hope that gave you a good idea for how you can use up some of that moon water or sun water or whatever kind of water you happen to have. And you could even try experimenting a little bit, maybe mix a few together that actually go with each other and combine those energies. I will put a link to Mickey Mueller's video on making one of these little potpourri pots too, because I thought it was just such a great idea. She's a very clever little witchy lady. So that's my idea, and you have a really happy supermoon.